Hi, my name is Erik Thor, and I have been fascinated with the topic of highly sensitive people for a very long time. But I've come to notice that there are a few problems with the trait itself, and the problem comes from the fact that highly sensitive people is just an umbrella term for a lot of different people who are sensitive for a lot of different reasons. And while this trait is kind of shared between all these groups, I think there are some different reasons here, and if you would treat all these highly sensitive people the same way, I think you'd get different results. So we should be trying to understand the truth about this. We should be going down and actually understanding these things on a better level, a deeper, more nuanced level. So, what are the different forms of sensitivity? Well, first of all, autism is highly correlated with highly sensitive people. Yes, if you are autistic, you are most likely going to identify with being highly sensitive. And the reason for this is because highly sensitive people also give room for sensory processing sensitivities. Like, usually, what tends to happen for autists at least is there is a difficulty filtering sensory stimuli. So, for an autist, that qualifies as if something feels uncomfortable, an autist might not know why it feels uncomfortable. An autistic person might struggle to understand what's happening around them. And just like when you're eating food and you have no idea what this food is, an autist might develop sensitive reactions to this because they don't understand what this is. They haven't been able to filter or understand this experience, and that's usually why they say that autists need some kind of stable habits. It's not all autists need it, but some autists develop this a system to protect themselves from this uncomfortable experience. Now, the other form of sensitivity that is also very common, and I think that's what Elaine Aron set out to study, is the heightened ability to filter sensory stimuli. And what I mean here with heightened ability is that it's easier for them to know just exactly what is wrong in a room. The lighting is off. There is something in the back here that scratches against me. And they notice these things and they react to these things. There's something under my chair that's uncomfortable. They notice these things and they bring it up. You said something which was kind of aggressive at the meeting earlier. Is there something wrong? Now, highly sensitive people have this ability to notice these things. They have high observation skills, extremely high observation skills, too high. And that's why they are called sensitive. Oh, I meant nothing by that. Or, oh, there's nothing wrong with the lighting. Or, why do you complain that the room is too cold? It's perfect. It's not a problem. It's not just a few degrees lower than average. They shrug these things off, but while the highly sensitive person is noticing and realizing these things, normal sensitive people don't. And normal sensitive people can still be bothered by it. Normal sensitive people are still affected by this. It's not that they are completely off and completely oblivious to it. It's actually that they are reacting to it, but they don't realize that they are reacting to it. Now, what I've come to notice is these are the traits of somebody with a high emotional intelligence. And I don't mean emotional intelligence as emotional maturity. I mean emotional intelligence as in your ability to understand aesthetical experiences, to understand how you're experiencing sensory stimuli, how you're experiencing smells, sounds, visual stimuli, or anything basically related to sensory input. Emotions and social experiences and everything is all highly associated with the default mode network. That's where you process these things. And this network is actually very associated with feeling and feeling types in Neo-Jungian typology. This is the network that feeling types prefer to use compared to the other network. And what I've come to notice is you can be a highly sensitive person even if you are a thinking type, because there is a difference between having a heightened ability to use the default mode network and having a preference for using it. So even they can react to and notice these things, but they can still dislike using it or thinking about it. Now, I also want to say that there are a few other sensitivities. There is a heightened sensitivity to pain, which is also checkbooked in Elaine Aron's book. And it can also be a result of, for example, having a low amount of the endorphins in your body. And there is also a sensitivity associated with being nervous or having social anxiety. And these things can also be captured by, like, for example, INFJ personality descriptions. I think a lot of people have mentioned that INFJs have this nervous aura, this tense aura in some ways. And I want to talk more about these things in other videos in the future, but for now, let's settle this. Highly sensitive people is an umbrella term for a wide range of different sensitivities. So what kind of sensitivity do you really have? Start digging for the truth. Start learning more about yourself. Write some comments down below and share your information or your experiences of being a highly sensitive person down in the video. And thank you for watching.